In this on the turn?
Yes, I am. Stellar Seller Sam, we are going to go to Goodwill like we usually do, see what we can find. Hey guys, I find some great stuff today, so stick around to see what brands I come up with and what I find. So first off is this Vince sweater, and it's actually in really great condition. So I'm not afraid to pick this up and sell it. It's a great piece. This is one of the 3 rails pieces that I found today, but they were all an extra small, not a good size, but I did get this one because of the little blue flowers. So cute, and I really like this one. This is a Viwori, however you pronounce that. It's an extra small, and y'all, it was like in new condition. I'm not sure it had ever been worn, so yeah, I probably won't get as much as what I put on the screen for it, but I will definitely make some money. This is a great piece to pick up, and if you didn't know this brand, keep an eye out for it. So let's put this one in the cart. So here's a tip. Whenever you see a dry cleaning tag, check, because if somebody spent that much time and money to take care of their clothing, it might be worth something. So this was a Bowden dress, but I'm about to, or a skirt, but I'm about to take you guys into my Google lensing that I do. So I wasn't sure about the skirt. I wasn't sure exactly what style it was, if it was worth anything. So I used the Google lens. I can't talk today, y'all. And I wrote in Bowden. And so then I was able to find out the style, the color name. That way I could look more on eBay or other sites to see how it was selling. So I copy and pasted that onto my eBay search engine. And I found one that was selling pre-owned for $48, but I did not find any sold comps. So I really debated to grab that one or not. The next thing I found was what felt like Lululemon fabric, and I could kind of see where the tag had been right there. I mean, that definitely says Lululemon, so sure enough, it was. And after about, 5 hours, I finally found the size on it, so it's a size 8. Y'all, that was only going to cost me $225, so I figured with it being a size 8, it's definitely worth picking up. It was a pretty color in great condition. Yay! I found one of my favorite brands today, and this is Smartwool. I'd rather find it in a men's, but it's a women's, so I'll take it. And y'all, this one was in great condition. So if you don't know about this brand, check for Knitwit, which is like their little icon for this brand. And the thing about it is it's 100% merino wool, which is really warm and really sought after. So you definitely want to pick this up if you see it, and make sure there's no holes in it, of course, which is what I'm trying to do right now. So I definitely grabbed that. This is a Boston proper, like red, Christmassy, wintry type of sweater, and I really liked it, but when I checked the comps just weren't that great. Now, if it were a larger size, I might have gone for it and held on to it until Christmas, but I just left this one behind. It is really pretty. Hopefully they'll have it on the clearance racks later. Okay, so this is a Spanx pair of pants, and it's a size medium. Now, white is definitely going to be in color with like vacations, beaches, and everything. So I decided that I would go ahead and pick these up. Here I am again, just trying to find some dresses because this is not my wheelhouse. I actually liked this one, and the comps looked really good, but unfortunately there was like a rip on the dress, so I couldn't keep it. So I like J. Jill as a brand, and the bigger sizes that are not so plain do well. So I didn't get those because they weren't enough for me. I really like this Mountain Hardwear quilted skirt, and the skirts were only $325, but I don't know, there was just not enough to it. Now this skirt was really interesting because when I look at the tag, I was like, wait a second. Well, first of all, it was backwards, but when I found the tag, I was like, isn't Shabby Chick or Chic, whatever that says, isn't that a linen brand? I don't know. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I did not get that. Okay, and as I'm getting into selling clothes, I'm getting really familiar with some of the brands. This is Fig and Flower, which is an Anthro brand. Okay, so it's a 3X, which is awesome. And I actually already sold this for $30. It sold in like 2 hours, y'all. So it was beautiful, and I am so excited that I picked it up. This is something that is a staple for me in larger sizes. This one, however, was also by Fig and Flower, and it was a size large. Not quite as pretty as the other one, but look at all the pilling. It just had a lot of wash wear, so I decided not to get that one. Now, what is this? Is this a dress, a jacket, a one piece? I don't know. It's by Blank NYC, and I wasn't sure. It had some stains on it that I probably could have gotten out. I did end up checking the comps, and they just didn't look very good, so I left that one behind. So I told you guys earlier that I found a lot of rail shirts. So here's another one. It looks a lot like the first one, right? Except for without the pretty blue flowers. But I got that one for myself, and then I'm kind of kicking myself for $4.25 for not getting this. I mean, I like the green color, but I figured white went with more things. I didn't want to get another extra small to sell, though. So this kind of looked cheaply made. I was shocked to see that it was by Free People. Not sure if this is an older or newer tag. This actually has a hole to the right. I'm about to try to show it to you. I like the embroidery, but no, I wasn't going to get that. You know, I used to pick up gowns a whole lot more, and Vanity Fair was a pretty good one to get, especially the vintage ones, the larger sizes, but I just haven't been picking them up much lately. This was a Michael Stars shirt. I had never heard of Michael Stars, so I just thought I'd look it up, and it didn't look very good. Same thing with this one. This was by Stio. I'm really not sure how you say that. How do you say that? Anyway, it was a really, really thick flannel type of shirt, and some of the ones that were new looked like they'd do well, but the older, or the pre-owned ones did not. So let's venture over to the shoes, and they just did all the racks over here, or redid the racks, should I say. So the shoes aren't falling off everywhere now, which is super awesome. So the first thing I grabbed were these Crocs, and I do not like Crocs personally, but some of the Crocs will sell really well. The MSRP on these things are nuts, so yeah, some of those are worth it. So I was walking around and somebody literally just laid that down right there, and I was like, hey, it's new, it's sealed, let's look it up. So I did, and the comps actually were not bad. So I think for that was going to cost me $4, maybe a little less. So I grabbed it. What I didn't grab were these shoes. I thought they were in great condition, so I had to look them up. And I was like, well, maybe Fabletics does well. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Here are another pair of Crocs like the ones that you just saw, but these were worth a little more when I looked up the comps. So I did pick them up. I actually listed them, and somebody already paid me $55 for these Crocs. So yeah, keep an eye out on some of these. They do great. Back over to the shoes just to check some more, and y'all, you would think that there would just be tons of great stuff, but the condition of these shoes, or at least like 90% of them, were awful. And then you got like the other part where they're Walmart brands and Target brands, just things that don't really do very well. But y'all, I did try. I did look through all of these, and I figured I didn't want to bore you guys too much, so I headed to the purses. Unfortunately, it wasn't much better over at the purses, and y'all can't hear, but this lady behind me, I mean, there was this terrible smell. It wasn't from the lady behind me, but it was from something around us, and she described it so well. She said it smelled like somebody puked in a shoe. So y'all, I checked a few purses, and then I was like, I have got to get out of here. It smelled so bad, and her description was oddly like right on point. I thought about getting that, and then of course I had to drop everything and spend the time to pick it up. So on the other side of the store, away from that stank, we were looking at some like plush. Some of those Scentsy buddies can do well because they're retired and you can't get them anymore, but not that one. Same with the Build-A-Bear, and then there's a little pretty kitty, and oddly enough, this cat I'm about to show you, I actually just sold and I got from the bins, but I didn't pick this one up because I didn't get to sell the other one for very much. If you find the right torrid pieces, or if you can get it cheap enough, it can be good to sell. I should have gotten this. I don't know. Now that I see the tag stub was still in it. This was a tricky little booger right here because I was like, nah, it's nothing, right? But then I see it was made in Italy by Ross Grayson. So I had to look it up. If it's made in Italy, heck, that's usually a good sign. So when I did, I about fell to the floor because it looked like they sell for a high money. But then when I really got into the solds and the resale value of this brand, it did not look good at all. So I left it behind, even though I loved some of the like ocean lining on it. Nah. Oh, well, I was looking at the Simon toy until I saw this Creed CD and I was like, oh my gosh, I had that when I was like 16. And so there's the ADHD. Did not get the Simon game, and we are pretty much done at this store. So let's get out of here. So that was a good trip. I feel like we got some things that we can definitely put onto eBay and make some profit off of. So I'm excited about what we got, and hopefully you guys will join me next time. See ya.
He's gonna get stung.